Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. Your source for Ford news update and information, including your Expedition information today, because the 2026 Ford Expedition order bank opened up today, and we do have the order guide in front of me. And I have taken the opportunity to go through and compare this to the 2025 model year order guide, and to be able to kind of check out and see what's different and new and changed for this year. Now, this is a carryover year. Last year was a full redesign year. So typically, in between there, the first couple of years is usually just a carryover with just some minor tweaks and changes. And that's kind of, for the most part, that's what we're seeing with this as well. But we're going to go through this because there are some things that I think really changed the scope on the active as well as the platinum. And so I want to make sure everybody knows about this and some features that went away for this year. So I'm looking at it personally. I'm an owner of a 2025 Ford Expedition, and I'm kind of glad that I am, because there are some things that are a little bit different for 26 model year that I would have lost out on the platinum. So let's go through this. Hopefully you guys do enjoy these. And remember, order banks are open up. If you're wanting to place an order for an Expedition, you can go to your local dealer. They should be able to put in an order for you for an Expedition. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about how to build out that and figure out what you want and what's the best way to go about it this early on if you want to do it this weekend. But we'll get into that here a little bit later in the video. Also, if you want to order with us, we are doing invoice pricing. So if you mentioned you saw this on YouTube, we're doing invoice pricing. We'll talk more about our pricing policy and everything, and how the best way to communicate that to us if you're wanting to order from us. And also, if you finance the vehicle with us, we lower it $1,000, so $1,000 discount for financing. We do that on all of our vehicles, even our online vehicles as well. So, all right, so let's dive in and cover this. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell notification turned on. So we are going to be doing videos this weekend on all trim levels. So this being Friday, we are going to show you this video, and then starting tomorrow, we'll probably drop 2 videos each day, Friday or Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to record all those tomorrow for the different 4 trim levels. So that way you can have all the information you need this weekend, because Monday we'll have the Maverick as well going live. So we're going to kind of load you up on this Expedition information this weekend. So make sure you're subscribed. So, all right, let's jump in, and I actually am going to bring up the build and price for Ford.com, even though it is not there yet. So, by the way, I've gotten some information from some people at Ford of when we could expect the build and price on the different models. We know that, like, when the Mustang, the Escape, and the Explorer went live, we still have not seen the build and price available on Ford.com yet. And I found out what's going on is that those are not going to be available on Ford.com until basically the available and to ship has happened for those models. So they're going to start production. You won't see build and price when they start production, but once they've produced enough of the vehicles and it's okay to buy or okay to ship those vehicles, that's when they're going to open up the build and price on Ford.com. So just so you're aware, and I think they're doing that just out as a safety precaution for them in case there's some issues with production and they realize they need to make a shift before sending those out. They can do that and without it having to go make a change to the website. Anyway, so there you go. So you will not see the build and price for 26 model year on the Ford Expedition on their website for quite a while. Production is not going to start until November. So we're talking about November before you see a build and price on their website. But we will have it on our website very shortly, and you'll be able to pull up and build one on our website if you want to use it as a source of what the cost is going to be. In fact, I forgot to grab my pricing sheet, so let me get that. Let me pause this for just a second, and let me grab my price sheet here. Okay, I have my price sheet. I just want to have that up when we get to that, because what we're going to do first is I want to cover some of the things that are new for this year, and some significant new features and some deleted things for this model year. And first, let's talk about the trim levels. So when you're going through here for the build and price, we're going to actually click into the build and price here and build it out. And you see here we have the same trim levels this year. We do have active trim level, and for the active will start at the two-wheel drive will start at 62,400, and the 4x4 will start at 65,400, and that's for the regular length. The max length will start at 65,400 to the for the two-wheel drive, and it'll be 68,400 for the 4x4 max length. So it's $3,000 to go 4x4 and $3,000 to go max length. So just that's an easy way to kind of look at it. So starting at 62.4, just like this in here. What are we looking at on this? Let me pull that up. So you're 62,320. So just a couple, just less than $100 more there. And so again, when we go up, it's going to be 65,400 for that, for the max length. And then, of course, 4x4 versus two-wheel drive. You can be able to select that in there here in just a little bit. Now, for the Platinum, also that trim level is returned as well. And the Platinum trim level is going to come in, and where's our Platinum prices? It is going to be $73,950 for this year. And then you go max length is $76,950. Again, $3,000 to go max length. And those are only available in 4x4 on that. And then when, of course, we look, the next one, Tremor, which is going to get, again, only available on 4x4 and only available with the regular length, not available max length. And that will be 81,400 for that one. So they've all kind of gone up like less than $100 right there. And then slide over, we do have King Ranch as well. King Ranch is going to come in for the regular length at $84,060. And then the max length will be $87,060. So there's your pricing for that. So kind of, again, went up just a little bit, less than $100 for each one of those. So those are the 4 trim levels that it's available in for this year. So there you go. There's that. Also, some other things to note for this year. I'm going to get my glasses on. Those are our 4 trim levels. We also do have, I noticed this year, there's going to be a black painted roof option for the Platinum and the King Ranch. So if you're wanting that black painted roof, it could look good with your black painted rear liftgate, right? So there you go. There are some changes to the power running boards. We'll get into that when we're going to actually break down each trim level in just a little bit of what's different. We do have a new color, Marsh Gray. Now that's around in the F-150 right now, and the Super Duty. That is the two-tone color on the King Ranch and the Super Duty, which is probably going to be the two-tone color for the King Ranch as well. We do have Wild Green is going away, so we're getting a new color and we lose one color. So Wild Green will no longer be available. We do have a new wheel option for the Stealth Performance Package. It'll be a 24-inch by 9.5-inch ebony painted aluminum wheel. So that is new. The 24-inch on the Ultimate package is returning as well, just so you're aware of that. That's also happening this year too. So that optional 22-inch wheel on the Ultimate package is going away. So that will no longer be available for you to order, just so you kind of have that in your notes there. And also on the Active, 202A came with a 20-inch wheel option, or not an option. It was a 20-inch wheel was standard on a 202A. That is now optional, but does require actually doesn't require the 202A. You can get it on the regular Active as well. So that is new. So that's a change there too. Something everybody's been waiting for, the digital device holder. Digital device holder is going to be available this year. Never was available last year, 25 model year. It will now be available. It is going to be included in the Platinum, I think the Tremor, Platinum, and King Ranch as available options, as long as you don't get the rear entertainment system. Also, the Ford security package is going to be new for this year. So that is going to be included on about every trim level, really. Wireless charging pad is no longer going to be on the Expedition. So it is gone. So not available. Just so you're aware of that. And then let's see what else. And then some other new things. There is a Sirius XM with a 360L 3-year plan that will be available to order from the factory. So that's kind of a nice thing to have. And then some changes to the DIOs. So we got some new DIOs. We'll talk about those as we break down those different trim levels. So let's dive in and let's talk about the different trim levels. And we'll go in here into the Active first, just to kind of give you a look of that. And I'm real bad about not moving this image around. So if you get bored with that, apologize for that. But let me go over some things that on the Active that have changed for the active. All right, let's talk about first of all what's standard on the active, the changes of what's standard. I did notice, which I didn't notice last year, that the does list the integrated trailer brake controller as standard equipment or an upgrade when you go to from the Fleet XL to the active. So maybe I missed it last year, or maybe it was there. I don't know, but it is now there. It is there now. Also, that Ford security package, which is new, you're going to see that on there too. So you get a 1 year included in that. So for the Ford security package, allows you to, like, if the vehicle's stolen or something, to be able to try to locate that. And there's some other things you can actually turn your vehicle off to where people can't even start the vehicle, even if they have a key to it, like when you're on vacation and stuff like that. So there's a lot of pretty cool things within that package. So I've covered that in the past on some of my live streams. So, and then so that is also included and new for this year. So some changes to this is that there was an active air dam. That was standard equipment last year. That's been removed as standard equipment on the active. That is something you're going to see as part of the 202A equipment group, though. And then also the four-way head restraints, where they go up and down, but they also go forward and back. That has been removed as standard equipment on the 200 active, but it is going to be included in the 202A equipment. They also removed the power steering wheel. So the power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, that is no longer standard equipment on an active. In fact, I don't even think it's on the 202A either. So, so there's some changes there. And they did add the wording rear side windows, tempered glass. That is actually something you see on even a Fleet XL. So there you go. So there's some changes to the standard equipment. Now, some of the other changes, and I know I'm not moving around on this, but some of the things as part of that 202A equipment group, and we can kind of show you that in here. When we go to packages, where's that? There's your equipment groups. There's your 202A. So there's some of the things that is included in 202A this year that's different. So we still get the active 2.0 this year. But this year, it does say in here, there's a note under that gets you the intersection assist, but then it says also as part of that requires Blue Cruise equipment plus 1 year plus 90-day plan or the Blue Cruise one-time plan. So it is saying it's included as long as you get one of the Bluetooth things. You'll get the hardware. So basically, I think that if you don't get the 1 year plan, 1 year 90 days, or the 7 time, then you're not even going to have the equipment on this. From that's kind of what the way it reads to me in here was that you kind of got to add one of those different plans if you want the Blue Cruise at all. So basically, you won't get the hardware unless you get that. So so there you go. So there's no 90-day trial this year. So 90-day trial. Also, some things that I noticed on the Ford split gate wording, they added the words open on approach. That was not there last year and is there this year, which is great news. I think they were supposed to introduce that as a late availability last year or a change on job 2, and it never happened. But it looks like it's going to happen here at the launch for this year. So also they removed the illuminated rear spoiler. So on the back of the rear spoiler, it would have 2 lights under here. It was part of the zone lighting. The zone lighting is part of the 202A, but it does not include the lights on the back on the bottom part of the spoiler. So that just lets you know that. Some other things they removed as part of this package that are now optional equipment. So they removed the 3rd row flex seating. That gives you that 2nd row where it kind of lays down. That is now an optional equipment for you. And I believe on that, that option does require the 202A, though. For that, yes, it does require 202A, but now it's optional equipment, not included in this. Also, the 20-inch by 8.5-inch carbonized gray wheel, that is now optional equipment. It's no longer included in there. That wheel, though, is available, doesn't require 202A because it is available on a 200A as well. So that's a change in there too. And then they also removed the panoramic vista roof, which that might be a good thing for people. It is now optional equipment, but does require the 202A. So panoramic vista roof with the power sunshade. And the crazy thing is it's not gone to glass roof like they're doing on a lot of models. You're getting that to be a fixed glass roof. It's still panoramic vista roof with the power sunshade. So and a power panoramic, which means it does open for you. So there you go. Now, some other things they removed completely from the 202A and is not even an optional equipment, and that is the keypad, the illuminated entry keypad. That has been removed from the 202A. It was there last year and is not there this year. They also removed the universal garage door opener from the 202A and is not a standalone option, and the charging pad, which has been removed from all of your expeditions in general. So there are some of the changes to the 202A equipment group. Some other things that you might see, some wording changes. Instead of saying 110 outlet, it now says Pro Power onboard 400 watts. So that's kind of some wording changes. No change to the functionality of it. It's just a wording change there. So, and then from some freestanding options, as I mentioned, the Sirius XM with a 360L 3-year plan. That is going to be a new option for this year, available on 200 or 202A equipment group. And then we mentioned the Power Panoramic Vista roof, which was included in 202A, is now optional equipment, as well as that third row flex seating, that 40-20-40 third row bench seat, again, requires 202A, and then the 20-inch wheel that is available on 200 or 202A equipment group as well. And also something, you do see the star white color in this image. That is now going to cost you extra. So last year was not an extra charge. This year, it looks like it does cost you extra. So that one is like $495, as well as dark matter gray, stone blue. They're all going to cost $495. A marsh gray will also cost you $495. Glacier gray and star white tri-coats will cost you $995. So there's that change there. So, all right. Also, the one change to that last year was available, the off-road underbody shield. That was available, but it was a dealer installed option. Now they've shifted that. That is a Ford accessory installed at the factory. So that's some good news there. So, and then some dealer installed options that are new for this year. There is a battery jump starter, late availability as the GB40. You can also get that Ford accessories real easy, and that's how I'd probably order it anyway. The safety kit, the on-road assistance with the Ford logo, that is new, available option, dealer installed option. I'd still get that through Ford accessories if I were you. The windshield sunscreen. So we have seen Explorer add this to earlier this year, and you'll have that as well. So it's a UVS sunscreen with the vehicle logo at the top. So I believe that's kind of a window glare up there. That'll be optional, and that'll be a deal installed option as well there for you too. So they did take away the cargo management system itself as a package, but they do have a cargo area protector that includes a third row seat backs. Notes it's not available with the all-weather cargo mat, because I think it includes that with the molded cargo mat or the cargo area protector with the second and third row. So you can also get one to where it goes on the seat backs of the second row. So those two options as well. So there you go. Now let's go back here and go to the platinum trim. Actually, Tremor. My notes, it goes to Tremor next. So we'll do Tremor. We'll cover that. Now, this year, the Tremor does not get the charged air cooler with the fan. That is something that they removed from the order guide for this year. They did add, just like they did on the Active, that split gate now says open on approach for it. And on the back of here, I'm going to change this color to white. So back on the back here, it does mention in here that it's going to be painted body color with electric spice front fascia, lower molded in color rear fascia. So down here, instead of being, I think it's like body colored, it's going to actually be the molded in black under here instead of the or molded in color instead. So it's going to be like a gray. So anyway, so and then they did mention in here rain sensitive windshield wipers. So that is something that's was on there, and I didn't see that as part of the Active either. So anyway, so there's that. They also removed the power adjustable pedals. So power adjustable pedals with memory is no longer on the Tremor as standard equipment like it was last year. And then also on the Ford Copilot 360 Active 2.0, they removed the wording driver state detection. And I'm really hoping what that means is that if you don't get the Blue Cruise, then it won't monitor whether or not you're looking at it. So basically, it just means like on this and here, you do get a 90-day trial on the Tremor for the Blue Cruise. But then if you elect to not go with it, hopefully that driver state detection isn't there, so it doesn't keep telling you you're not watching the road. So, and just like with the other trim levels, the wireless charging pad has also been removed for this year. So those are the main ones. The digital device holder will be included as well. So that'll be standard equipment on a Tremor. But it does say in here, not available with the rear seat entertainment. So if you do get the rear seat entertainment, which I did not see in the order guide last year, so that is a new feature, rear seat entertainment, that gets you the screens on the back of the headrest. So if you want to go with that as optional equipment, you'll get screens on the back of that instead of the device holders. So it's just a swap of that. So, and then your USB ports will be on the back of the seat like they were last year for the, if you have the device holders. And then if you have the rear seat entertainment, your USB ports will be on the screens of the rear seat entertainment. So, and then that is about it on Tremor, other than the new deal installed options that I mentioned earlier on those. So let's talk about Platinum now. So going back to that. So on the Platinum trim, I think there's some pretty significant changes to the Platinum. So let's talk about those. You are seeing in here power deployable running boards for the Platinum standard equipment. That is no longer standard equipment. So the platform running boards that you get on the Active 202A is exactly what you're going to get on the Platinum as standard equipment. So no longer get the power deployable boards. So we'll tell you how you get those in just a second. Also, that illuminated rear spoiler I mentioned earlier, that was taken away on the Active 202A, that has also been removed from this. So it will not have those as well on the back. And then power adjustable pedals are no longer standard equipment on the Platinum edition too, like it was last year. So those are the three things that I noticed that were removed. It does mention here though, tailgate applique lit. So I think that's meaning this up here, these little bars right here will be lit up on the Platinum now. So I don't know, that wasn't there last year unless they just omitted it last year and it was still there. I guess I haven't been behind my expedition to tell you whether or not my Platinum has it or not, but there we go. All right. So moving on to the optional equipment. Actually, this isn't even optional. This is some included stuff. So this is where it gets really really tricky here, because this is really unusual the way they have it in the order guide. So on the Platinum edition, there are some included items, but does require, and it's only included on certain packages. So as you know, with the Platinum, you can get a driver package. You can also get the stealth appearance package. You can get the stealth performance package, and you can get the ultimate package. So there are some features in here that do require that are going to be included as long as you have some of those different packages. So let me go through those for you. The power tilt and telescoping steering wheel with the memory will be included in the Platinum edition. That's included with the Copilot 360 2.0. So we'll include that. The device holders, that device holder will also be included here, as long as you don't get the rear seat entertainment system. So that's something that's to note there. Also, that power adjustable pedals, that is available. It will be included as long as you have a driver's package, the Stealth Performance package, or the Platinum Ultimate package. So that will require that. The continuously controlled dampening suspension, that was something that you did see when you went to the driver's package. It's no longer in the driver's package. You're going to get that suspension included on your Expedition if you have the Stealth Performance package or the Platinum Ultimate package. And I don't know why they just didn't include that as a feature on those two packages. Ford, that would have been a lot easier if you had done that instead. So, and then the phone is a key that is going to be back for this year. That is also going to be included. Does say though, does require the Platinum Ultimate package or the Stealth Performance package. You'll get the phone as a key. The Stealth Interior Trim package does require the Stealth Appearance package and does also require the Black Onyx interior trim. The illuminated rear spoiler we talked about earlier, that there does require the driver's package, the Stealth Appearance, the Stealth Performance, or the Platinum Ultimate. So basically, you don't get it as a standard Platinum. You have to upgrade to one of the other packages to get the illuminated rear spoiler. So that means the lights that come down for you. So the spotlights. The power deployable boards, those will be included in the Stealth Performance package and the Ultimate package. It is not included on the Stealth Appearance package, and you can get it as optional equipment with the driver's package. We'll get to that in a second. The device holder I mentioned already. The fixed air dam front is going to require the Stealth Appearance package or the Stealth Performance package. And then the keypad, which I don't know why it's not standard in all Platinums, but it's not. It does require the Platinum Ultimate or the Stealth Performance package to get the security code, keyless entry, illuminated keypad. Yeah, again, really weird how they have it all worded here on the order guide, but that's how that's all going to be come for your vehicle there. And don't forget the Sirius XM with the 3-year plan can be ordered with your vehicle. The driver's package, actually, let's go back over here and show you that. So this driver's package, we'll go down to packages. There you go. So the driver's package, as it mentions in here, does still include the 22-inch wheel, the B&O Play Unleashed with the 22 speakers, but does not include the continuously controlled dampening suspension. So just so you're aware of that. So that's a change on that. Does say in here included with that this package is included in the Ultimate package or the Stealth Performance package, and it does say when the Platinum Ultimate package or Stealth Performance is ordered, the 22-inch wheels is replaced with the Platinum Ultimate wheel or the Stealth Performance wheel, which makes sense there. So there you go. And then also it does say in here, note is that it requires the option of the power deployable boards. So the driver's package does not technically get the power boards, but they require you to get the power boards. I don't write this stuff, folks. All right, next is the Stealth Appearance package. No change in that package for this year. Believe it or not, the Stealth Performance package, new for this year, a couple different things. The Stealth Performance now comes with a 24-inch wheel. So last year is a 22-inch 9 by 9-inch magnetite painted wheel. This year it's a 24-inch by 9.5-inch. So it's a wider wheel, ebony painted aluminum wheel with the P285 40 R24 tire. Also for this year, you'll see in here that it mentions the red brake calipers that has been omitted for this year. You do not get any red brake calipers. Now, this does say it requires a black onyx interior trim, not available with the Platinum Ultimate, and does include the Stealth Appearance package when you order this package. So there's the changes for that package. And for the Platinum Ultimate package, this is where you get your high outputs. Of course, you get that same engine on the Stealth Performance package as well as with the Tremor, but you get that engine. But also with this in here, they are bringing back and will have available the 24-inch by 9.5-inch tarnished dark wheel. So that will be available for this year. They must have a new supplier. Something else that's new that wasn't included in this package last year, and that is the roof rails chrome with the black end caps. So I missed that. So what that means is that unlike my current Platinum, standard Platinum, you will not get the chrome roof rails on a standard Platinum. You get that when you go to this package. So that is a change. You're seeing it right here on this Platinum. So now on a Platinum, you're getting black roof rack side rails, and you only get the chrome when you go to that. Of course, the Stealth, you would want them to stay black, so that makes some sense. But there you go. There's that. It does say in here that as a standalone option is the power deployable boards. Does require the driver's package on that, but when we read the driver's package says that it requires those boards. So that's option 96A. Rear seat entertainment, black painted roof is available. Now available with a console vault for some reason. I don't know what a console vault has to do with a roof, but there you go. Also does say not available with the black color because that wouldn't make any sense. And then just the same other optional equipment there on that too. So there's, like I said, I think some significant changes to the Platinum that that makes it, some people out there, like I'm a Platinum owner. I'm kind of feeling fortunate because I'm a standard Platinum, don't have any extra packages, and I have power boards. I have some of the things, the lights on the back of the spoiler, although it's not a huge thing. I like it. I like that I have the chrome side rails on mine. I'm kind of feeling fortunate that I got a 25, not to people out there that are ordering a 26, but that's some changes there if you're looking at that. Now on the King Ranch, we do have, I did mention this, I did notice this on the Platinum as well. It mentions the 4-wheel independent suspension as an option. So actually it wasn't on the Platinum, it was on I noticed that was listed on the Tremor. Let me go back to this. Make sure. I think I missed that. Nope, not listed on the Tremor. Listed on, I think it's listed on the Platinum. Yes. On the Platinum, it mentions 4-wheel independent suspension on that. But I thought all of them got 4-wheel independent suspension. So anyway, there you go. Also, there is the Blue Cruise. You get a 1 year plus a 90-day plan. I think last year it was just a 90-day trial. So you're getting a year on the Blue Cruise for the King Ranch. And then for this year, the Ford Copilot 360 Active 2.0 does not include that driver state detection. So there you go. That actually wasn't there because it was standard last year on the 202A. So that's some changes to King Ranch. And then the device holder. So device holder will be included on the King Ranch as well, unless you go with the rear seat entertainment, and then you will it will be switched out, right? So rear seat entertainment is a new option for King Ranch, as well as the Sirius XM with a 360L 3-year plan. And otherwise, that's about it. So there you go. There's that. So like I said, hopefully I didn't confuse anybody, but we will be going through the complete guide videos for each trim level on this, so we can cover all those changes and what's standard, what's optional, and not what's changed. But just want to let everybody know, if they've been researching the 25 model year and now 26 come out, I don't want them to have any surprises by going, oh wait, mine doesn't have this. Wait a minute, I thought it did. And especially since the build and price isn't available yet, it could be really hard to understand that. So hopefully you did get some information from this. If you did, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. If you're wanting to place an order, we're taking orders again at invoice pricing. If you finance with us, you take another $1,000 off of that. So you can go, if you plan to finance a vehicle anyway, you're $1,000 below invoice with us if you want to order with us. So that's all I have for this video. Again, be looking for the videos on each of the different trim levels. We'll be doing the tomorrow. We'll be doing hopefully the Active, as well as probably the Tremor, and then Platinum and King Ranch on Sunday. So be looking for those videos. We're going to try to kick those out this weekend for you guys that want to order and place those orders with your dealer come Monday morning. So hopefully you did get some great information from this, and that you make sure you subscribe with the bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of the videos that we have coming this weekend on the Expedition. And if you do place an order, check out our scheduling video we do every Tuesday, where we cover what's going on with the scheduling. And because once you order, the next thing is you got to get scheduled for production dates, and they will start production of the 26 model year the middle of November. So I believe it's the week of November 10th, I believe, is when they're going to start production on the Expedition for 26 model year. So it's a little ways out yet, so we have plenty of time to place those orders. But until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.